Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through this evening. We've got a diverse crowd here. Those of you watching us live tonight, they're scattered across the room. So it feels like there's more people than there actually are, though I'm glad that there are as many as there are of you this evening after the rain. We always hate this time of year because of the rain. Now, you'd think that we'd like the rain in South Africa, but at DuePoint, we have a particular hatred for the rain because it rains between 5 and 6. It can rain any other time of the day. Between 5 and 6, when people are driving to DuePoint, that's when it rains. So we stand at the window and go, why? You had the whole day to rain. But I'm glad that you guys drove through the rain and the lightning and the thunder and those giant clouds I saw out there in the sky and are joining us here today. And I thank you all as well, those of you watching us live here today, wherever you are in the country. Thank you for joining us. I think that we're going to have an interesting evening together. To start with, let me first tell you that you're here in the building of DuePoint, and that DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. This is important to know. This is not a new business. We are 68 years old this year. First founded in 1952, we're listed on the JSE under Conduit Capital. We are a licensed life and short-term insurance company. It's not a brokerage, it's not an agency. This is an insurance company, and we are not a garage startup, as you can see. This is just one of our offices that we have here. We are a homegrown South African business, and we are here to solve a very serious problem that we have in South Africa today. The solution to the problem we call the DuePoint System, and it is the DuePoint System that we use to create wealth in South Africa today for South Africans. We are not in the business of selling things here at DuePoint. We're not in the business of creating cash on transaction, which you guys know well. If you've ever sold anything, you would know that you get money when you make the sale, and then that's it. That's not what we're in the business of doing here at DuePoint. We're in the business of creating wealth. Wealth is a recurring, lifetime, sustainable, and an income that you can forecast. We want an income that is there every month, that is reliable. When you're sick, it's there. When you're healthy, it's there. When you're on holiday, it's there. When you're at work, it's there. That is what we're in the business of doing. And we use the DuePoint System to create this outcome for South Africans. The DuePoint System allows you as an individual to contract with us as a wealth engineer. As a wealth engineer, we give you one task. As I said to you, we don't do selling here at DuePoint. So you're out of that. At DuePoint, we give you one task. It's the simple task of connecting South Africans to us. If you're able to connect South Africans to us, then you put us in a position as the insurance company to go out and facilitate the purchase of our products to these individuals. When we do that, we are able to create this wealth for you. We do so on a recurring basis. Why? Because we don't sell pots and pans here. We are in the business of financial services. Financial services, as you know, run on automatic debit order systems, and it means that every month when those debit orders raise, your income comes in. Now, this is a big difference from anything else you've ever had before. Even your job doesn't work like this. When you go and leave or you're sick and you get past the number of days that they've allocated to you, they stop paying you. Here at DuePoint, every month, no matter what the date is or whatever's happening in that month, our computer systems raise those debit orders and your income comes in. When you're on holiday, when you're in hospital, if you're lying on a beach, whether you're overworked at work and can't get out, the debit orders come in and your income comes in on a recurring, reliable basis. We've also built the system to cater for everybody's circumstances in South Africa. Because this is a homegrown South African company, we know what the circumstances are of the average individual here. Most people say to me, Brendan, I'm too busy to do this. Well, congratulations. You're now part of the biggest club in South Africa, the club of I'm too busy. We understand that. It is not a valid excuse in the DuePoint system because we have built a system that buys your time back by allowing you to leverage others. This is a business that runs 24 hours a day. In the system, you will create teams, we call them channels, that will create wealth for themselves and you 24 hours a day. We're not limited because we have to come here and fill our buckies full of products or get paper applications under our arms and then run around during the daylight hours trying to get people to buy. This is a system that runs on the latest technology, which means that any hour of the day, anywhere in the country, any day of the year, people can be connecting to DuePoint and creating wealth for themselves and for you through our system. It is also a system that we bring to you at no cost. You are able to use our system with no monthly fee, no starter cost, no cost for training, no application form fees. We are not in the business of taking money here. We're in the business of making money. Everything that you've been to before has asked you for cash. One of our other presenters, Rob, will tell you, he often uses an example he had about 10 or 15 years ago. He went to a big presentation where this guy had come out from America and he was going to make everybody rich through Forex trading. I'm sure you've all heard that before. It's a completely legitimate business, and there are people that have made themselves rich off of this product. But he said the whole thing was a build-up of emotion. I have to buy, without actually knowing what on earth he was going to do once he had bought. It was 15 grand just to get in the door. 15 grand. Now you've got to make that back in profit before you're even making any money at all. At DuePoint, we don't do anything like that. You're not going to be spending any money this evening to use our system. By simply being a product owner of DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer, and you get our entire system after that as part of the package. Ladies and gentlemen, it means that everybody in South Africa has the opportunity to become a wealth engineer at DuePoint. We're not putting you in a sales position, so you're not reps, you're not brokers, you're not intermediaries, and you're not giving advice because you're not selling. You're simply connecting people to us. It means you don't need any educational qualification to do this job. It has been designed for all South Africans. What it does is it searches for those who are tired of their circumstances. I haven't met a South African yet who's told me he's not tired with his circumstances. Every South African I talk to, and we do this presentation pretty much 6 days a week for the last 3-4 years. I think I've done it about 1,000 times. I think Rob counted it up once. This president. In all of those tens of thousands of people that I've spoken to, I have not had somebody come to me and say, I am super happy where I currently am. Everybody comes to me and says, I'm tired of not having opportunity. I'm tired of having a ceiling over my head. I'm tired of not knowing where my next meal is coming from. I'm tired of not knowing how I'm going to reach any of my dreams. That is what our system searches for. It searches for people like that. If you are in a position where you're too comfortable to move yourself out of your circumstances, well, then the system is not going to help you because you're going to carry on doing what you're doing. But for those of you who want to start stepping out of your circumstances and changing them, well, then that is what our system searches for. And it means that everybody in South Africa who makes the decision to start using our system is in a position to start building a proper and real asset. Not the ones they talk about on Facebook. Those are not assets. An asset is something that you can price and sell. That's what you can do at DuePoint. This channel that you're going to create, it's yours. It's tradable. It's transferable. And when you pass away one day, it will automatically be handed over to your children. And the income that you have earned during your lifetime will be an income that they earn during theirs. They can take the asset and grow it further and one day hand it over to your grandchildren and they will do the same thing. You see, having a job does not create wealth. Creating an asset will create wealth. An intergenerational asset is how the richest people on earth have become the richest people on earth. It's because they've handed their businesses and their assets over generation after generation. And that is the business that we are in here at DuePoint. Now, folks, we've also built this system to be completely and utterly convenient for you. Remember, we know what South Africans are like. South Africans don't want to be selling anything anymore. Great, that's out the window. South Africans don't want to be carting around substandard knockoff Chinese products anymore. We've done it enough and we're sick and tired of it. South Africans also don't want to be doing presentations. They're embarrassed by them. They're forced to do them at their homes, etc., etc. All gone. In the DuePoint system, we use a set of the latest technology that we're constantly upgrading so that you, living right on the edge of what is available technologically in South Africa, have DuePoint in your pocket 24 hours a day. You never have to do a presentation. Right now, we've got tens of thousands of people watching DuePoint wherever they are. It doesn't matter because the technology connects us to them. You're in that position. You never have to come back here again. I'd love for you to come back, but you never have to come back here again because you're always going to have me in your pocket going forward at no cost to you. We leave you with one task. We have 55 million South Africans who are desperately unhappy with their circumstances, and we need you to connect them to us. When you connect them to us, we can start building channels with you. As you connect people to us, they're going to see what we're doing. Some will catch the vision of what we're trying to do, and they'll become wealth engineers like you. When they do, we allocate them to you, and your channel is now born. These individuals will go out as well and connect people to us using our technology. And when they become wealth engineers, again, we allocate them to you. And this process repeats itself over and over again as your channel of distribution at DuePoint spreads out across the city, the province, and the country. This is a nationwide 24-hour-a-day business. Once you have created a channel of distribution for us here, we as DuePoint come along and facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel. And your income is born without you having to sell a thing, without you having to present DuePoint once. Your income is born. Now, folks, we reward you. We create this wealth for these connections in two ways. The first is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every product payment in your channel, every month that it is paid, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment is made. Sounds complicated, but it's not. You're going to go out, you're going to chat to some of your friends, you're going to connect them to us. Some will become wealth engineers, pay for their products, and you're going to get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. 55 Rand every month for every product in your channel going forwards. Now, people have said to me, this is too little, I can get more elsewhere. No, what you get more elsewhere is once off. It's transactional cash. You sell the cream, they give you the money. You have to run back to that friend again next month and sell the same cream to the same person to get the money again. People don't understand and realize this. That is a lifetime burden. We're not in the business of burden here, we're in the business of freedom. What we ask you to do is to give us a single connection. And after the single connection, every month our system will raise the debit order and your 55 Rand comes in. Now, you have control here because we have a whole host of products. If they take more than one product, well, then you get more than 155 Rand. They take 2 products, you get 110 Rand. 3 products, you get 165 Rand. 4 products, you get 220 Rand, and so on and so on. These folks go out, they chat to their friends. Some of them become wealth engineers. Not all of them, but some of them. Pay for their products, and again, you're going to get R27.50 multiplied by 200%. That's 55 Rand. Look at this example. It's just an example. There's a handful of people. You've been here for 5 minutes, and you're earning just under 1,000 Rand a month with us already. That's 12,000 Rand of hobby income. You haven't quit your job. No one quits their job to become a wealth engineer. We don't ask of that. You just pick the tool up, and in a few minutes, you're earning just under 1,000 Rand a month with us. And we always laugh because people come to us and say, yeah, but look at this new Facebook site or this new web page, and they promise we're going to be much richer than this. We're going to be on 100,000 Rand in 90 days. Yeah? Do you remember the whole cryptocurrency craze a couple of years ago? Do you remember that? Oh, they were hitting $20,000. Did you see what happened today? I think they're down to 20,000 cents, aren't they? Something like that. Big crash again today in the cryptocurrencies. All right. This is still what it was. When this whole craze was on, this was still what it was. It hasn't crashed, it hasn't risen. This is sustainable, reliable, permanent wealth. There's a very big difference between the hype of you'll be rich in 90 days, which is never true because you'd have friends then that had got rich in 90 days, or the let's build sustainable net wealth for ourselves and the generations to come. That's what we do. The price of building, of course, is time. The more time you put in to building your channel, the more you earn in our system. From the 3rd point on, you earn at a diminishing rate. But it doesn't stop at the 8th point. From the 8th point on, you have unlimited capacity, unlimited potential. From the 8th point on, you will always get 4% of R27.50 for every product payment in your channel, no matter how big your channel is, as long as you qualify to earn. This means you can build a channel that's 40 points big and earn on all the product payments. Hand it over to your children, they build it to 80 points and earn on every product payment in those 80 points. You are not limited by, your potential is not limited here at DuePoint. It is limited only by you. It is limited only by you. Right now, you know in your job there's a ceiling. There's only so far you're going to get in your job before the ceiling kicks in and your potential is cut off. Anything that you do in this life has a limited potential, particularly in South Africa today. What we do is we remove that and we say, how much time and energy are you willing to put in? Because if you do, you have unlimited potential to create earnings. How much would you like? Would you like 5,000 Rand a month? You can do that. Maybe you say, no, I need at least 50,000 Rand a month. Well, you can do that. We had a wealth engineer who's here with us who says, no, he's not stopping until he hits 200,000 Rand a month. It's fine. You can do 200,000 Rand. There is absolutely no limit to your potential at DuePoint. We don't cap it at any point because we're not one of those things. Here we build real value off of a real system out of a licensed, listed, and regulated insurance company. That's what we do here. So let's look at what that translates to. People say to me, how much can I earn? Well, we know that the input is time. That's the input. We've got 55 million people. You can't put all 55 million people in tomorrow in South Africa. You're going to have to work through them systematically. So we, having been around for long enough, know what this formula looks like. We know how you're going to grow. We use a very simple growth rate formula called 3 + 2. It fits into everybody's lifestyle because it says if you're going to grow wealth with us, you are responsible in your first month for connecting 3 people to us. That's it. 3. Not 30, not 60, 3 in your first month. And then every month thereafter, +2, you are responsible for connecting 2 people every month thereafter. Now, if you know you're going to be away in December, that means you have to put 4 in November. Okay? You don't get to skip a month in this particular mathematical calculation. But we have proven and tested this mathematical calculation over and over and over again here at DuePoint, so we feel quite strongly about it. If you can put 3 people in your first month, and 2 every month thereafter, and we apply all of our mathematics, then after 6 months of being with us, you can reasonably expect to be on about 2,500 Rand a month with us. This is not Mediterranean yachts and private jets and all the nonsense you see on Facebook. This is real money. You've been putting in minimal time. 3 people, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's all you've been doing. And you're now on 2,500 Rand a month. That's 30,000 Rand a year of extra income flowing into your household. You put another 6 months in. You do a year with us, and after a year, we reckon you can reasonably expect to be on about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. You didn't stop after 2 weeks, guys. You didn't stop after 2 months. You didn't put 20 people in and then quit because they didn't do what you thought they were going to do. No, you just kept adding 2, because that's your only responsibility here. Your only responsibility is the simplest responsibility in the country. Just keep adding people. Don't worry about what they do, which is what a lot of our wealth engineers do. No, but I put my mom in and my best friend and my brother, and they didn't pay and they cancel. I'm like, who cares? Just keep adding 2. Our maths takes into account people who don't pay, people who lapse, people who cancel. It's in the maths. And the maths says, keep adding, keep adding. And as you add, time works in your favor, and you find the guys who start building your wealth. After a year, you're on 120,000 Rand a year. That's the end of this year. 10th of January next year, anyone giving themselves a 10,000 Rand raise here? Or 1,000 Rand a month. We've got individuals giving themselves 1,000 Rand a month raise every month. Yeah, everybody wants 100,000 Rand. I'd take 1,000 Rand raise a month. That's what I would take if it was permanent and sustainable. Can you do it for 2 years with us? This is a time input system. If you do it for 2 years, then you can reasonably expect to be on about 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. That's 360,000 Rand a year, and you're now in the top third of earners in the country. You haven't been here for 2 months. See how easy it was for me to click into that second year? It was just click and we're there. But you're going to have to leave here today and spend 2 years connecting individuals to us. 2 a month. That's where suddenly it gets really difficult. Hey, Donnie, how many people have we seen through these doors who come in here and go, no, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Brennan, you will see me on your stage. I'll never see them again after that because they do it for a week and then they go, oh, no, this is too difficult. Spoke to my dad, he said no. Spoke to my brother, he said no. Spoke to my wife, she said no. And that was the end of that. No, ladies and gentlemen, there's 55 million people out there. And you have to find 2 a month. Just 2. Get out there and start doing it and do it every month. And in 2 years' time, you'll be on 27. Now, if you wanted to go faster, just connect more than 2 a month. With Movers and Shakers was out today. I'm sure those of you around the country saw it. It should be in your inbox. Go and check your inbox if you haven't seen it already. For November, we were a bit backlogged because of December and all of our traveling with the rank 9s and that. But the November ones, in November, our top person added 51 people in the month. No, 51. I'm asking you for 2. The second person added 38. So the 51 wasn't an anomaly. The second person added 38. And the third person added 29. So that means you can do more than 1 a day. That's what it says. Because you're just connecting. You're not carting your goods out and doing a presentation for pots and pans or whatever it might be. You're not. You're simply connecting them to us via the technology. You can do 1 an hour. If you wanted to, you could do 1 person an hour. It's completely up to you. But what do we ask you for when we're doing this maths calculation? 2 people a month. That's what we ask you for. Can you do it for 3 years? If you do it for 3 years, you're up to about 40,000 to 45,000 Rand a month. If you do it for 4 years, you're up to about 60,000, 65,000 Rand a month. And if you do it for half a decade, guys, half a decade, not 5 months, not 5 weeks, not 50 people, which is where everybody collapses. No. 5 years of just connecting individuals to us. Then we think you can reasonably expect to be on about 80,000 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. It's 5 years from now. It's 2024. 2024, and you're in the top 0.5% of earners in the country. I ask this question every night. How many of you are going to do that? How many of you are going to put 5 years in? And generally, everybody is getting keen. I mean, I'm not even finished. By the time I'm done, people are high-fiving me and wooting and all sorts. We're not even done yet. And yet, how many people can put 5 years in? We live in a society today that says if I can't get rich instantly, I'm not willing to do it. It's an example set from the top, is it not, in our country? The politicians like to show us how wealthy they are with their Rolls Royces and their blue light brigades and their mansions and their private jets. They do. And we look at it and go, but I want to be rich like that now. Well, folks, unfortunately for the rest of us, the minions on the ground, that's all of us, there's only one way of building wealth, and it is slowly, persistently, and over time. That's how we do it. But what is 5 years at the end of the day? What is 5 years? It's nothing. If you know it's yours, if you know you're controlling it, then you know at the end of 5 years, you're in the top 0.5% of earners in the country. That's the first 5 years. What happens in the second 5 years and the third 5 years? And we don't even map it. We don't, because we don't want to turn this into a marketing presentation. It's not. This is a purely factual presentation that we give you. Ladies and gentlemen, people are doing it already at DuePoint. We've been around a number of years now. We have tens of thousands of wealth engineers. And we have people connecting people to us on a daily basis. Some quickly, some slowly, some super fast. That's completely up to you. This is a tool that's yours. You're not competing against somebody else. It's yours. And you will decide what and where and how you want to create income for yourself at DuePoint. Go to our YouTube channel. You can see the entire spectrum there. People earning over 100,000 a month, people earning under 1,000 Rand a month. We show you them all. Go there and watch their videos, real videos, people standing on the stage over the last couple of years talking about how they're creating wealth with us here at DuePoint. Once we've created an income for you, we then start to change your lifestyle. This is very important for us because we live in a country that desperately needs the average lifestyle changed. We use our XP Rewards program to do two things. Firstly, to train you how to become a proper entrepreneur, how to succeed in creating wealth for yourself here, and how to learn to use our system to the best. As you complete steps in the program, I'm skipping ahead here. As you complete steps in our program, we then grant you XP points, experience points. These experience points accumulate, they never fall away, can't take someone's experience away. And as you accumulate experience and as your channel grows, we start to reward you. There's cash that you get a little bit in the beginning, and then we start to change your lifestyle with tools first, and then other things. At rank 5, you're going to get tools. It's an imported lightning memory stick from the USA. Comes with everything you need to connect people to us, and it connects to every electronic device in South Africa. At rank 7, we give you a 17,000 Rand set of custom-made, gold-gilded, imported business cards. Not gold ink, gold-gilded. These things take forever for us to make. They have to go all over the place for us to get them made for you. And when you have them in your pockets, they are the finest set of business cards in the country. No one has got a better business card than you do. And when you give it to someone, Rob always says, like Ferrari keys. The first thing someone wants to know is, well, what do you do that you have a card like this? And there's your connection to DuePoint straight away. And then at rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size with us, every year for the rest of your life, we take you and your family away on a 5-star business class, all expenses paid trip. Now, this is often when we lose people. People now think this is just made up stuff. No, it's not. We've been going away every single year. You can go onto our YouTube channel, into our photo galleries on our websites. You can see every year we go away. We're not like one of those things. I love it when I see them. There's a picture of them. They're standing at the airport near the economy class counter. There's one photo. Oh, we're off to somewhere in the world. And that's the last picture you see because they didn't really go anywhere. They were just trying to fool you into the next thing. Well, here we give you everything. I don't have to give you stock image from the internet. I can show you what December looks like for those of you who are willing to put the time in, for those of you who are willing to connect the 55 million South Africans to us. It's only some of you. I don't know why. Every single one of you can do it. It's the easiest task in the world, but only some of you are going to do it. But for those of you who do, and those of you who get to rank 9, as people do every year, then your Decembers will look a little bit like this. fresh in our minds. We only got back a couple of weeks ago from the last trip. It was pretty good. You can go and see all the photos on our photo gallery now. I think it's on the yes, it is on the website. I checked today, and it's on our Facebook page. And the video is now on YouTube as well. So if you want that video, it is on YouTube as well. I think the link went out in the Movers and Shakers today, and it's also on Facebook. That was a compilation of a couple of trips that we've done over the last couple of years. And everybody who goes rank 9 will come with us. There isn't a deadline. We go every year. They're already planning the next trip right now for the end of this year. And so you can come if you do the work, if you put the time in. If you say, I'm unhappy enough with my circumstances right now, then I'm willing to do something to make a change. That's up to you. That's not up to us. Tonight you're not going to be investing with money. Tonight you're going to be investing with time. That's what you'll do. At rank 11, we give you another useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It's not rented to you. It's not financed from us, and we don't give it to you and then take it away when your production disappears or goes down. No, it's your car. It's your car. And it's part of the tools we hope will change your circumstances and will grant you a kind of freedom we don't believe you can acquire anymore in South Africa. That's 11 of the 28 ranked maps, mapped ranks in our XP Rewards program. It's the first third. So one has got to ask the question, what's in the second third? Well, I kind of know, but you'll have to get there to find out what's in the second 2/3 of our program. Alrighty. The second part of our system is obviously our products. We facilitate the purchase of these products throughout your channel, and they are there to create the wealth that we distribute to you through our returns and rewards program. We have 4 products. Our first one is our Access Wealth Plan. It comes with 2 independent products for 324 Rand a month. The first product is your very own tax-free investment account, and the second is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. Every month, we take 100 Rand of your 324 and we put it into your investment account. And that money is yours. So the actual cost of this product is actually only 224 Rand a month because the other 100 Rand is yours, and you have started building an asset for yourself before you've connected your first person to us. The second product we have is our WealthGuard product. It costs 249 Rand a month, and for that you get R1 million worth of personal accident cover. There is no waiting period on this product. There is no maximum age limit. You can take it until you're 100 and beyond. And beyond. I say 100 because there's very few of you who are going to make it past 100. You can take it at any age. And there is no medical examination or declaration. After your first payment, you're under a cover for R1 million worth of personal accident cover. Our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Plan. It starts at 299 Rand a month, and it's got funeral cover in it. Of 20 or 30,000 Rand, you select, and you can add 5 or 10 family members to your plan, and the principal member gets 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover, which means that when the principal member dies, we settle 10,000 Rands worth of that person's debt so that their family doesn't need to, for 299 Rand a month. Our fourth product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 299 Rand a month to be a member of that club. As a member, we give you access to our suppliers. As a 7-decade-old insurance company, we have many suppliers that give us prices and vouchers and packages and services that you couldn't get normally as an individual. This is a product designed to reduce your monthly expenditure. It is a product you have to use, though. If you do take this product, go and watch all the training videos and use the product to save thousands of Rands a month in your spend. All of our products have full product review videos on our website, full product documents you can download on our website. Before you've clicked join, apply, nothing. Go and download it, read it. If this is something that you want to see, and if you can't read or struggle to read, every product has got review videos that go through every part of the product for you, and some have some additional training videos on how to use them to the maximum. Go and spend some time watching them. Folks, to help you along this year in 2019, we're running a very special challenge. We call it our 365 Challenge. Because South Africans are not excited about permanent, hard-earned wealth that's with them for generations, we've had to put something else on the table to excite them a bit further. Our 365 Challenge says we are looking for those individuals who want to change their life forever this year. Not over 5 or 10 years, this year. And we want them to do one thing. We want them to add one person to their first point every day. Can you connect one person to DuePoint every day? Because if you can do that instead of 2 a month, well then, by the end of this year, you will have, on average, extracted 1.25 million rands worth of value from DuePoint. This will come to you in a couple of different versions. Firstly, it'll come with a 365,000 rand cash reward. 365 people on your first point in the year, and your year, incidentally, ladies and gentlemen, starts the day you sign up. So you've got 365 days from now. You haven't lost the first 10 days of the year. Your 365 starts the day you sign up. If you're able to put them in, you get a cash reward of 365,000 rand. You will have built a channel well beyond rank 11, which means you will have earned another at least 500,000 rand in rewards, possibly more. We did a relatively conservative calculation. You will have made rank 9, which means, guess what? You're coming away with us at the end of the year. And you will have achieved rank 11, which means you will have got a brand new car this year. Any of you going to get 865,000 rands worth of reward or bonus from your jobs this year? A new car and a 5-star business class holiday. I wonder if this is enough to get you going, though. Is it enough to get you going? Who of you are going to come and talk to me afterwards and say, look, Brendan, this is great, but I don't have time? I'm going to say, really? What are you going to get for your time this year? It's an interesting thing. We strongly believe, given the circumstances of South Africa today, that it doesn't matter who you are in South Africa. There's only one conversation in 2019. There's only one, and it's DuePoint. There are no more opportunities left in South Africa. How many jobs are there available right now in South Africa? None. How many people are looking for jobs? 10 million. We added 340,000 matriculants to that pool at the end of 2018. You think your job is going to set you free? You think your job is going to change the circumstances? You think your job is going to last in a country that's in recession? I'm not sure all of you are going to have your jobs at the end of this year. It's a real reality, that. That's not an emotional thing. That's a factual statement. We talk to about 10,000 people a month at DuePoint. I reckon 3,000 of them will have lost their jobs by the end of the year. I reckon at least that. Think about it. Jobs closing down, businesses closing down. It's tough out there. And so when people come to me and say, look, I need to think about it, I need to do more research, I need to speak to my spouse, I don't have time, I seriously have to question the priorities. This is a license-listed 70-year-old insurance company. We have been building wealth for South Africans for years now. You don't have to spend any money. You just have to get out there, pick the tool up, and get connecting people to South Africa, to DuePoint. And what we've done this year is we said, can you do one a day? Because if you can do one a day, by the end of 2019, you will have changed your life forever. You will have, in 1 year. Is it quick enough? I think it's quick enough. We're going to help you out in the month of January to show you that you can do this. If you can connect 30 people to your first point and have them paid by the end of January, we'll put 15,000 rand into your bank account in February. 15,000 rand. Yeah, we're laughing. How many of you are going to go and do it? You sign up today, you need to start putting people instantaneously in. I need 30 people in. That's one per day for January. If you can tick off January's Wealth Quest, then you've ticked off your first month of your 365 challenge. Now, there's an interesting analogy. If we're going to give you a 365,000 rand cash reward, that means that every time you put someone on your first point, we've taken 5 200 rand notes and put it in a box for you. Now, I want you to picture that. Every person you connect to DuePoint is worth 5 200 rand notes to you. No, we're going to go think about it. Are we going to talk to our spouse? Are we going to say we're too busy? Are we going to, I'll list the excuses for you. Too busy, too scared. I don't know anyone. Really? Walk out the door. Just walk out the door. There's 55 million people in a 1,000-kilometer radius. Go find them and connect them. End of January, you've got all of your operating expenditure paid for the rest of 2019. 15,000 rand will cover the cost of your calls, your data for streaming, your travel costs, all covered in the next 20 days. It's hard to know what more we can do other than get down on my knees and beg. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to become a wealth engineer this evening, it's very simple. You jump onto our website, DuePoint.net. You'll find everything you need to know there. You can also go to Constantia's website, the JSC's website, wherever you want to go. Go check it all out. Click apply. Fill out the form. It'll take you less than 3 minutes. No money will pass from your hands. And this evening, you are a wealth engineer. And this evening, you can start connecting people and creating wealth. If you want to, go look us up on the FSCA's website. You'll find our licenses there. You will also find our FSP licenses there because we're obviously a registered financial services provider. Go and find all this stuff. Get confident about who you're dealing with here. Get confident. know who you're dealing with here at DuePoint. Rank 4s and above, you know our Converge conference, it's our annual birthday party effectively, is in 1 month less 1 day today. So it's in just short of a month's time. Rank 4s and above, you've got to get your tickets bought, and you've got to get your tickets bought for your guests. You each get to bring 2 guests with you to this very, very auspicious occasion. Please get them done. You've got less than a month left to get those tickets booked, paid for, and in. Every rank 4 around the country should be at this conference on that day, details of which have been emailed to you. Otherwise, call our office for more details around it. Ladies and gentlemen, DuePoint is very serious about what it is doing. This is not like something you have seen before. It is something you have never seen before. And here at DuePoint, it is our primary objective to become an economically viable solution for every South African. We hope to have you join us in this process. If you have questions and concerns, come and ask us. If you're out of the office, speak to our client service team. Get the answers to your questions. We've answered them all before. We had to answer them when we built DuePoint. Come and get them answered, and then pick up this tool and get out there and start connecting South Africans to us. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see all of you guys outside. Thanks for all of you who've tuned in live. We'll see you again at 12:15 tomorrow.